Have you ever questioned why some men prefer to walk alone? Why do they not consider it necessary to belong to a group or have a large group of friends? This is for a reason, and it all has to do with how they perceive the world. Sigma males are a unique breed of men who think and behave differently than the average man. They are the lone wolves who follow their own agenda. They don't adhere to societal expectations and norms, and they don't require anyone's approval to feel good about themselves. Being a Sigma has many benefits, even though some people may view this as a negative trait. Here are 6 reasons why Sigma males prefer to walk alone. 1. They do not go with the crowd. Sigma men don't care about conformity or being like everyone else. They don't feel the need to fit in with societal expectations because they are at ease by being themselves. This enables them to think independently and make choices without interference from others. They enjoy carving out their own path without regard for what others may think. Because they are unwilling to give up their uniqueness in favor of conformity, many Sigma males quit their corporate jobs or drop out of school. They are starting their own businesses and going their own way, while their peers are obtaining degrees and working 9-to-5 jobs. Of course, you shouldn't quit your job or drop out of college just to stand out. However, if you have your own plans and goals for your life, go after them and don't let anyone stop you. You can still be a Sigma without making such extreme changes. It's more important to have the attitude of being independent and carrying out your own decisions. 2. They dislike authority. Sigma men can't stand when someone tries to tell them what to do just because they have a title or are in a position of authority. They believe everyone is equal and no one has the right to command them. Sigmas are prepared to fight for this, even though it frequently causes conflict with people in positions of power. They believe that authority should be earned through respect and not given simply because someone has a title. They don't hesitate to oppose those in authority and fight for what they believe in, which is why they are frequently viewed as rebels. Sigma males are willing to walk this path despite the fact that it can be challenging because they have strong convictions. Whether it comes from a boss, parent, teacher, or even an obnoxious friend who pushes them around, they won't accept it. They would rather reject it and remain alone than stay. This is not to say that Sigmas are aggressive. They simply know when to defend themselves and when to back off. They understand how to respond to each situation appropriately because they are all unique. On the other hand, alpha males frequently defer to authority to preserve the status quo. They don't want to stir things up or cause a stir because doing so might undermine their authority. Because they are willing to compromise their principles in order to preserve the status quo, alpha men are frequently perceived as sellouts. There are times when it is necessary to submit to authority, but for the most part, alpha males do it out of fear. 3. They are extremely independent. Sigma men are incredibly resourceful and adept at taking care of their emotional and physical needs. They can live their lives on their terms without depending on anyone else thanks to their autonomy. They don't look to others for approval or validation and are perfectly content to be by themselves. In fact, they frequently prefer it. They still develop close relationships, they just don't require them to feel complete. An alpha male must consistently compete and triumph in the hope of proving their alpha status if they are to feel content. He seeks external self-validation through praise and recognition because he needs it. This is because the majority of alphas need to maintain their egos, and they do so by taking advantage of society's admiration. On the other hand, Sigma men don't seek approval from others because they don't care what others think of them. They don't require advice from others because they are confident in their own abilities. Because they are no longer chasing after things that don't matter, they can live a life that is much more fulfilling and authentic. Sigma males focus on what is truly important to them when they are not concerned with impressing others. 4. The ability to choose freely. Most people associate freedom with breaking free from social restraints or an oppressive state, but for Sigma males, freedom has a different connotation. According to them, true freedom exists within and cannot be taken away by anyone or anything. They are freed by not allowing their past to define who they are. They don't let society, their friends and family define who they are or what they do. They choose their own path through life and weigh various options. For some people, this might seem frightening, but it's the only way to truly be free. Sigma men also value financial independence. Although they are aware that money cannot buy happiness, it does allow them to live their lives according to their own terms. They don't have to worry about making ends meet, and they are not controlled by their job or boss. This enables them to concentrate on their relationships, hobbies, and other important aspects of their lives. They hold that nothing is more important than having the freedom to live how they please. They don't follow the pack because they want to be free, which is why they are frequently portrayed as lone wolves. They dislike being controlled by anyone or anything, and they will go to any lengths to maintain their freedom. 5. They work best when they are alone. Sigma males frequently perform at their best when working alone. This is because they can act independently and don't have to answer to anyone. They can be more productive and complete tasks more quickly because they are not constrained by pointless rules and regulations. They can accomplish more with less effort, which is a very valuable resource. Although they can cooperate and work well in teams, their best work is done alone because they are so adept at introspection and original thought. Their unique perspectives enable them to develop original concepts and cutting-edge tactics. They value this time since they can think and reflect more deeply in silence and solitude. In addition to being the happiest of this time, they also have their best ideas. Because they feel the most alive in those times, Sigma men frequently discover that they crave solitude more than anything else. Many people misunderstand this and believe that Sigmas are lonely or even antisocial. However, the truth is that they simply enjoy being alone more than any other type of company, which is perfectly acceptable. Many Sigmas are happy living in remote areas away from people because they find the peace and quiet refreshing. It enables them to lead a simple life and concentrate on their priorities. Those Sigmas residing in cities frequently discover themselves looking for solitary pursuits like hiking or biking to escape the commotion and noise of city life. Therefore, don't be afraid to take a page out of the Sigma male playbook and withdraw into your own little world for a while if you ever feel overburdened or like you need some time to yourself. It might be just what you need. 6. They don't mind being misunderstood. Some people get scared because they can't figure out what makes Sigma men tick. They categorize them as weird or antisocial because they don't understand why someone would want to live alone and away from society. However, Sigma men know this is not true. They're just different, and they're okay with that. This is because they do not want to be like the majority of people who are sheep who blindly follow the herd. Even if it causes them to be misunderstood, they prefer to be themselves. Being misunderstood is not always easy, but Sigma males are willing to pay this price for their independence.